While at Las Vegas, we wanted to go check out Emeril Lagasse's Delmonico Steakhouse since we're rearing to try out some steak there. And here we are outside of his restaurant in Las Vegas. During the summertime, Delmonico's has a summer trio dinner special, about $65 per person, and you have basically a three-course meal, the menu as shown above. The summer trio dinner menu actually has a lot of the iconic or signature dishes from Emeril Lagasse, so definitely if you have a chance, if you've never been to Delmonico's, this is a good initial menu to try out. For the more unique dishes, you can also check out their full menu, the a la carte menu, including some pretty cool steaks. One of the unique steaks they have is a certified Piedmontese steak. Never really seen this at other steakhouses. They also have the other usual high-end Wagyu beef steaks as well. To start off, we received some popovers, very nice and fluffy and cheesy as well. For starters, we chose the traditional New Orleans gumbo. Here is pictured the gumbo with a bed of rice on the bottom, and as well as some shrimp and spicy andouille sausage and some green onions. The gumbo is actually very well balanced, excellent roux. Yeah, tasted great. Now for the main event, the steak. So what I chose was a certified Piedmontese steak, boneless New York strip, cooked at medium. You can see a perfect crust on top and bottom, perfect sear marks. You also have some roasted garlic off the side that really gave it extra flavor. What can I say? Just a beautiful piece of steak. What I really enjoyed about this steak was it wasn't overly spiced. Just had the right amount of seasoning, salt, garlic. That was it. You really get the essence of that steak, and so it doesn't taste like the usual American steaks. Had a nice mild milky flavor. HG on the other hand, he went with the grilled prime boneless New York strip medium. Came with some asparagus and garlic. You can see kind of like the top has a nice crust and it's a little bit darker colored. That's because there's a special rub that they put on the steaks, kind of a Cajun style flavor. Really went well with the steak. Definitely a more full and flavorful pack of seasonings that when you bite into it, it's definitely a more intense flavor. But again, another great steak. As for dessert, well, I was already full, so HG got the pecan pie. That was a nice dessert, basically pecan pie with some vanilla ice cream. Can't go wrong with that. That nice meal came out to a total of $135.19 with tax. Not too bad for two huge slabs of steak. After such a great meal, we both had to give Delmonico's and Emeril Lagasse the thumbs up. Welcome back. Well, we came back from Delmonico's Steakhouse in Las Vegas, and I had well, today and actually during the summer they're running a special, summertime special where it's a three-course meal for $65. Get an appetizer, choice of appetizer, choice of an entree, and then a dessert. I didn't get that, but what I focused on was one of their regular menu items. I just got a steak alone because I wanted to just test out their steak. They have the regular USDA prime, New York strip, ribeye, so on and so forth. But two interesting things they do carry here is the Wagyu beef and also certified Piedmontese or Piedmont cattle. Apparently, I guess that's Piedmont is a province or a region in Italy, and I guess kind of like the Kobe beef who have been brought to the U.S. and then they call it Wagyu beef. Similarly, I guess they took some of the Piedmont cattle and I guess raised them here in the U.S. and I guess they're certified Piedmont type steaks. So I went with the certified Piedmont steak, the New York strip cut. That was $60. It was, we'll show you the pictures, but definitely was very interesting. It was rubbed in just salt and grilled with olive oil. On the side there was some rosemary and roasted garlic. When I tasted it. I would say it's a milder flavor than what you would be used to for most steakhouses, but it was excellent. A very perfect match of what the flavor was and what the beef was. It was very tender, as are most New York strip cuts, but this one I thought was even softer and a little bit more moist than the usual New York strip. It was perfectly cooked. I got a medium. So overall, I would say in terms of quality of the food, I would say I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. In terms of quantity, they gave me a pretty big cut, and I'd definitely give it a 5 out of 5. It was great. And then in terms of presentation, you can't do anything wrong with steaks as long as it's clean and well cooked. They cooked it right, so I give it a 4.5 out of 5. Overall, would I come back to Delmonico's for steak? I would say so. It's definitely, if you just got the steak for $60, the Piedmont steak, I think it's still worth it. It was a very good steak. But if you like a more flavorful steak, stick with their regular steaks. But at least for the Piedmont steak and the experience I had, yeah, I would come back. For the value, I'd come back for the price fix. If you came back for the regular stuff, I would just stick to their specialty steaks. But in any case, that's my view. Yeah, talk to you guys later.
So, what did I choose? Well, I first of all, I went with the price fix summer menu. I picked the gumbo as the appetizer, obviously the New York strip, boneless. And for the dessert, I did go with the pecan pie. Just wanted to check out what it was. So, how was the gumbo? Well, I have to say the gumbo was, even though it came in a little metal pan or pot, and then they dumped it onto my plate. I don't know if it was really that hot, because by the time I started eating it, it was always kind of semi-warm. So maybe they could have kept it at a warm temperature a little bit longer. But still good. Not as spicy as I thought it would. They did ask me if I wanted hot sauce, so maybe they wanted to make sure that they don't overwhelm anybody with too hot of gumbo, perhaps. But gumbo is still good. But the main course, the pièce de résistance, is the boneless New York prime strip. That was very flavorful. The cut itself was slightly smaller than what the Piedmont steak was. A little thinner, a little smaller, but it was very flavorful. It had a nice crust outside, which I guess that's where the flavor comes from. So I definitely enjoyed that steak. And then for dessert, for the pecan pie, it had ice cream, vanilla ice cream on top of the pecan pie, and a side of whipped cream. By the time I got to dessert, I thought I was pretty full. So with the dessert, that kind of pushed me a little bit over. But it was still a very nice pecan pie, very rich, sweet caramel with pecans inside. So. The price of the price fix was $60, so very great value. So
65.
Oh, sorry, $65. All right. So as far as the value of the meal that I had, definitely 5. I would rate it 5 out of 5. It's one of the better deals that I've seen in terms of getting a good steak dinner along with the appetizer and dessert. As far as the portion size and the presentation. They did a good job. I kind of had hoped that they had served it on a metal plate or something instead of a dish to keep the steak warm, because I ordered my steak medium. So I had hoped that they would have done something like that. But still, portion rating, I would give it 5 out of 5. It was a very good cut of steak, and presentation, 4 out of 5. Steak is steak. Can't really go wrong. Quality of the steak itself, it's USDA prime, so you can't go wrong with that. So quality of the food itself, 5 out of 5. So to wrap up, would I come back to Delmonico's? Well, definitely for the summer price fix at $65. But I think some of their other specialty steaks still offer great value at the prices that they offer. So definitely would come back again. I would. next time I would check out probably one of the other specialty steaks and see how they taste. But until next time.
Thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like it down below and subscribe to our channel to check out our other videos. Take care.